Hey guys, the step up. This is not one of my favorite movements, but there are ways to modify it. Now, the reason why I don't like it is because you see people in the gym holding dumbbells and they're stepping up and then they tend to slam back into the ground. Bad for the ankle, bad for the knee. Also, you're somewhat limited. If you're using dumbbells, then you're limited by how much weight you can hold in your hands. Whereas on a squat, a barbell squat in a squat rack, you can fairly safely use a fair amount of weight. And if you're doing a step up with a barbell, I mean, it's quite unsafe. Do you really want to be standing up onto a bench, balancing on one leg with a heavy barbell? So, yeah, not the safest movement. However, there's a modification that can make it safer. And so, you can see that I'm here by the cable machine. I'm holding on to one of the arms. This is going to provide more stability, more control. So when I come up, I have better control, safer. Now, obviously you don't want to pull too much because then it's an arm back movement, but still a way better way to do it. So let's take a look. So I'm coming down, now, a couple of variations here. You can come down, but not put the foot on the ground, and come to the top. If you want to do a lock, but a gentle lock, where you squeeze the quadricep muscle, but try not to lock the joint, at least not too hard. That's one particular style. You can come down slowly on the eccentric, the negative, where you're stronger. I like to lift that leg in the back so I can get parallel thigh and then coming up. You can also come down and put the foot down. This gives you sort of a mini rest. So if you're working with a weight, this gives you almost a little rest. In that sense, it's very strength-based. A series of singles where you have a rest. If you go fast up, that's speed strength, that's power. So this is developing power. Slow on the down. A lot of bodybuilders like that training. They feel that that's very good for hypertrophy. Also, if you get low, that causes, in the bottom position, that causes a stretch on the glute. There's a school of thought in bodybuilding that really likes that stretch. So low is good. Having said that, if you have certain injuries you're trying to work around, you can just come to here and come back up. You can use heavy weight and do small range of motion at the top. You can also do the constant tension style of bodybuilding training, where they're not coming all the way to the top and they're not coming all the way necessarily as low as they can, and they're just working in a particular range. So there's constant tension on that muscle. And that can actually be a small range of motion. It can be a little bit larger. So you can, for example, just work right here, coming up. You can do it slow. So, and now, if you're using a weight, coming down and up. Couple of variations in terms of foot position. Some people that have knee issues, they like to engage the heel. They really try and push off the heel. If you want to go flat foot, but you don't necessarily want to lean and have that go into the toe, what you can do is just lift the toes. Just lift the toes, and then it tends to engage the heel and the ball. And you're on the heel and the ball. So it's a nice flat foot position, but the toes are raised. If you really want quadricep action, particularly around the knee, then you're doing what I like to call the one-legged sissy squat. So basically, heel up and knees over toes. Coming down and up. Now if you've got knee issues, this might not be for you. There's a lot of pressure here. You probably won't even need any weight. Make sure the knee and the foot are in line. The knee and the foot must be in line. Okay, you want the trainer on the tracks. If your knee in the regular step up, if your knee goes a little bit over the toe, that's not the end of the world, so long as you don't feel any pain. If you're doing a sissy squat, one-legged sissy squat, it's very much going to go over the knee. But I would just be careful with that movement because it's very localized. You're going to get a lot of action in the knee and the bottom of the quad. All right. Enjoy, guys.